Welcome to my class. This is a part of the personality development. I thank Mr. Talwar, the Director of Technical Education, to give me this opportunity to be in front of you. I am here for the first time to give a little bit introduction to the Q-time learning framework. So, we basically have a concept of the learning, and we have to understand what is learning. So, learning is acquiring new or modifying and reinforcing the existing knowledge, whatever it is. You have certain knowledge. Once you get into middle school, you have certain knowledge. Once you get into college, you have more knowledge. But the learning at every stage is acquiring something new, modifying and reinforcing that existing knowledge. But that doesn't remain the same. You have to also have the method to change the behaviors or reinforce the behaviors if it is good, and acquire new behaviors if it is required. Skills, values and your preferences, all of them together will become learning, and may involve getting different kinds of information from all over and put it together, and that's also learning. And this learning is possessed only by humans, and animals and other machines it's not possible. So what do we really go by learning? Let us look at learning in a different perspective. So Mark Twain said, never learn to do anything. If you don't learn, you will always find someone else to do it for you. Okay, but those who followed Mark Twain, they became politicians. So you understand, they can get work done by others. And Winston Churchill said, personally I am ready to learn, but although I do not like being taught. So all those who followed Winston Churchill would have fired the teachers. So he is a different kind of person altogether. And Georges Clemenceau is a French politician. He said, all that I know learned after I was 30. So he was a politician later years. He was an engineer before. So how do the people go about learning? The first example is rote learning. Rote learning is nothing but maki ka maki. I read something, memorize everything in the mind and say, hey, when did India get independence? 1947. Okay, why? You have remembered that. But were you there at that point in time? 1947, you were not there. So that is rote learning. It is in the book somewhere, you by heart, you know that year. And what is instructional learning? It is what teachers teach you. They instruct you. Okay, if you want to talk about say the previous lecture was about hydraulics. Okay, they instructed the entire concept of hydraulics through different presentations of that. In a classroom they do it differently, but this instructional learning. But once you understand that learning technique, so you go to a higher learning technique, which is research based learning. What you do? You go around researching yourself what needs to be done. You refer to books, you refer to articles, you look at different videos and what people say, you go and talk to people. So those are all research based learning. And what is enlightened learning? It is when you really go about doing something. This is experience teaches you. So while we are doing a lot of work around, you discover something new. Oh, if I do this way, this is better. But sometimes you really find something totally astonishingly, oh, this is great, this is the only way I can do it, it going to liberate everybody. That is what you call enlightened learning. I could say Buddha example. Okay, maybe he sat under the tree, Gaya tree and all that in Gaya, but in the end he knew what life is all about, and he came up with his own Buddhism philosophy. That is enlightened learning. It happens to some very highly intellectual people but it takes its time too. But then you come to this